Hey everybody, I'm super thrilled to bring you LOQ. This is a really dynamic word game that will definitely find a place on my gaming shelf as a gamer because I love word games, but also at my school with my students because I love bringing them these games that ask them to critically think and problem solve and be creative. I particularly like that this game can be played competitive in smaller teams, competing against each other, much like in Time's Up, but this game can also be fully cooperative, and I like that. That's the gameplay that I like to play on the most. And you are playing against yourself, really. There are these level 1, 2, 3, and 4 gauge yourself, how well you're doing based on your score at the end of 10 rounds, which means that you can always do better every time you play. You can try on a different level. I have never played on anything except for 1 and 2 because level 3 and 4 look really hard. But that's so cool. That's the great thing about this game is it really gives players a chance to challenge themselves, not only when it comes to bettering your score on a level you've played on, but not knocking it up a bit and playing on a higher level than you're used to. That's fun, that's challenging, that's LOQ. This is a word game, yes. And I think it's really working its way up into my favorite word games because there's so much potential here and I just love the challenge. I love straight word games. This doesn't allow you to pantomime or do actions or things. You have to use real words and you have to get your players to guess the words on your card, which again sounds kind of run-of-the-mill. So what makes this game not run-of-the-mill? Every single card has 4 levels. There's the yellow, which is level 1. The green is level 2. The red is level 3. And the blue is level 4, which means it's the most challenging. So players are going to select the level they want to play on. First off, already, I love it. There are ranges of difficulty, and not all word games have that. If you take a look at, say, my favorite word game or party game, it's Time's Up. You look at the card, sure, there's that kind of sifting in the beginning, but other people might place cards in there that are just hard. You can't remember them. You never know what they are because there's no level of difficulty. They're all the same. It's just a bunch of cards. Here, though, you get different levels of difficulty. So that's the first thing that makes this word game unique and very, very playable with a variety of people and with a variety of groups. So what your task is on your turn is to draw a card. Start the timer. Yes, you are on the clock. You have a certain amount of time to get everyone to guess the words on your list. You can go in any order that you like. That's pretty cool. And every single time you play, there's one of the 5 categories that's worth a bonus point. And that's random. You know ahead of time, when it's your turn, the card will flip over and it will tell you what your bonus point is. Every single round is going to have a different bonus point. I like that. I like that it doesn't always value sayings or doesn't always value nouns or people and places. And so there's a little bit of flexibility and just a dynamic nature to bonus points and earning them. And if you don't earn the bonus point, oh well, who cares? It's just a bonus opportunity. The other cool thing is that this game is super fast and plays in 10 rounds. So here's what happens. You flip over the round card and it will give you your bonus, which in this case is adjectives. And in the first round and the last round, there's no restrictions or parameters. Now here's where things get interesting though, and this is what makes this game not your average ordinary word game. I'm going to flip the next card. It's going to require a very specific kind of play, and that play makes the game. That's it. That's what makes this so fun and so dynamic. So in this case, describers may use only 1-syllable words in their description. So you can't just use any words that you'd like as you describe your people and your places and your nouns and your verbs and your adjectives. You are restricted to one syllable. Wow! Now you've got to be creative. You've got to think on your feet, and you have to really work around some things. It's fantastically fun. Here are some other restrictions. Play this round at one level more difficult. Ooh, really? Come on. Memory. Teams listen to their describers in silence and try to remember all of the words they describe. Still under the clock. This game creates a new rule that is feasible, it is doable every single round, and it offers a new opportunity for bonus points. And here's the other cool thing about this. Let's say you get everyone at the table to guess your 5 words. Well, you still have time. Are you out? Nope. All you need to do, flip over the card to the next level and start giving clues for those. You can earn more points than what's technically available because you're so efficient at giving clues and getting your fellow players to guess the words. Move on to the green section. Did you finish the green section too? Flip it over and start with the red section. It's just so fun and interesting, and there's just enough here that you keep coming back. The game lasts 10 to 20 minutes because there are 10 rounds. Every round, you're passing to a new player who becomes the active clue giver, and you start the timer. That's it. It's super fast, it's super interesting, and every single time you're going to get probably a different restriction or parameter that just makes the game that much cooler, that much more interesting, and that much more dynamic. And with this giant box of cards, you can play this and share this endlessly without ever once coming across a repeat card. I think it's just so cool. All right, so I am ready to give this a try. I'm going to give it a shot. I don't know what this card is here. I don't know what the bonus is going to be. And I don't know my restriction, and I haven't seen these cards yet. So we're going to try it together. I'm going to turn this timer and try to keep my eye on it. And then we'll see how far we get, and I'll see how many guesses you get. So we're going to reveal it, and it looks like it is 2 word clues plus the letter. So describers may say no more than 2 words for each clue, but they may also reveal the first letter of the word. Okay, this is really hard. I haven't gotten this before. Normally you can just give endless clues. Obviously you can't say the first letter, but we'll see how this goes. My bonus is phrase. So phrases are inherently already worth 2 points. All the other categories are worth 1 point each, but now this is going to be worth another point. So, are you ready? Okay, on your marks. Okay, and I'm going to draw and flip. Okay, so Queen House, B. Not young, O. Tulip, Daisy, F. Give assistance, H. Don't worry, N. Oh, I still have time. Prison, island, A. Don't brag, H. Potato, macaroni, S. I ran out of time. Okay, so it looks like I gave you 8. I was able to go through my list, and I was hoping you were answering right away because I could only get 2 words in, and then I gave you the letter. So what I'll do is I will look at your comments in the comments below and see how many you got right, and we'll give ourselves points. So the one description or the one phrase that I gave you, we get the bonus point for if you get it, and all the other ones I'll get 1 point for. So write down your guesses in the comments below. I'm so excited to see if you got my clues, if you understood what I was trying to get across. It's fun. It is so fun. It just lights me up. I love it. It's such a brain burn, but in a good way. And this challenge, again, I've never had this challenge before, and I've played this game several times already. And I love that every time you play, there's some weird twist or there's some, restriction that makes it fun. And again, endlessly replayable. You saw how easy it was for me to go from yellow to green. I can go to red and then to blue. So I'm going to pop this guy in the back. I'm not going to share those answers with you until you give it a really good guess. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you can see just how fun and dynamic this game is and what makes this more than just your run-of-the-mill word game. LOQ is something that I'm keeping, I'm playing, and I am definitely sharing with people. Well, I'll see you next time.